What's up, guys? Today we have a very special video where we're going to be ranking every EX in Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket before the new set comes out tomorrow. So let's get right into it. We have a lot of EXs to get to. And our first one here is going to be Venusaur. I think Venusaur is a perfect place to start, right in the middle. Not amazing, definitely not bad, not amazing. Alright, next up we have Exeggutor. I think Exeggutor is a little bit better than Venusaur. Once again, kind of middling there. Yeah, it's nothing crazy. He does a lot of consistent early damage, but definitely not good in the meta anymore. I wouldn't suggest pulling or anything from him. Celebi used to be so good, but the 130 HP is just, it's really not good. So I think he's gonna have to be our first C. Let's actually try to get some of our worst guys on here, so that we have a little bit more of a understanding of where our worst and what our best is. What do I think is the worst EX in the whole game? I think the worst... Maybe this Wigglytuff? This Pidgeot's pretty bad too. Who do I think is the worst? This Lapras is pretty bad. This Lapras is actually okay. I think the worst... Let's start with Wigglytuff. I think Wigglytuff is the worst. Who do I think is the best? Which is good. We can get... So Giratina is definitely going to be up there. Darkrai is going to definitely be up there. Who else do I think is not good? This Probopass is definitely bad. I think he's better than Wigglytuff. Let's keep going in order a little bit. Yanmega? I think Yanmega's pretty good, actually. I think... this is before Rare Candy, before the new set, also, too. This is what I recommend pulling on / not pulling on as we go into the new set. Gallade is very good. I don't know if he's S tier, but he'll definitely be A, and he'll be getting better. Charizard is still S tier. He's not as good as them, right? Beedrill, I think Beedrill's better than Charizard, but not as good as Darkrai and Giratina. Starmie fell off so hard. Starmie's like Celebi. The problem is 130 HP is just not where you want to be at all. When the best card in the game is doing 130 damage, you know, you can't live. Even if you have a cape, he can red. Not great. Not great there. Let's look at some other Pokemon. Arceus is definitely very good. I think he's probably A. Do I think Arceus or Gallade is better? I think Gallade's a little bit better than Arceus. Arceus fell off a little bit with Giratina's introduction. Who else do we have here? Clodsire? Do I think Clodzire's an A? I love Clodsire, so I'm gonna be a little biased. I think he's better than Yanmega, but not as good as Gallade. Who else do we have? Gengar's pretty bad. I think Gengar has potential, but he's pretty bad. I think he might even be... Do I think he's worse than Celebi? Yeah, I think he's worse. So I think he's worse than Celebi and Starmie. We'll put him there. Leafeon is so mid. All the grass types are in the mid, right? I think he's a little better than Venusaur, just because he has a little bit of... You know, I think he's better than Exeggutor too. You know, Force Breath. Once on your turn, you can move a grass energy onto your Pokemon. So, I mean, he has a little bit of utility, but... They weren't making a meta-defining character there at all, right? Gyarados is very good. Gyarados is definitely S tier. I think he might be better than... do I think Charizard or Gyarados is better? I think Gyarados is a little bit better. Yeah, is Darkrai second? Darkrai is so strong just because of Giratina. I don't know if he's strong on his own. Maybe we'll knock him... He might be like here. Their combo is so strong. Let's keep looking, let's keep looking. Arcanine? I don't think I've ever seen an Arcanine deck ever played. It's actually not bad. Stage 1, 120. He's definitely better than Probopass. We'll put him there. This Charizard is very good. I think he'd be like around here. And he's going to become even better. He's going to be one of the top Pokemon for rare candying. Just because he has Stoke. But right now, he's very outclassed by the original Charizard. Who else do we have? This Lucario is pretty mid. I think he's definitely better than Celebi, but he's probably worse. Might be better than Venusaur. Is he better than Exeggutor? Would I rather have Lucario or Exeggutor? I think I'd rather have Exeggutor. Articuno. I actually do not think Articuno is good. I know he gets ran a lot. People are just trying to climb. But I think he is down here in the C tier. Well, I think Moltres is still good. I'm thinking, would I rather have Moltres or Leafeon? I'd rather have Moltres a lot of the time. Right, his utility is just better. You get him down, you start powering up, one of our S tier Pokemon. Dialga, I think Dialga is still A. I think he's fallen off. I think he used to definitely be up here, but I think he's probably bottom of A. Just Metallic Turbo is pretty good, and he can retreat. Infernape is pretty bad, but he'll be good. This will be another Pokemon that's going to get so much better with Rare Candy. It's just, right now, low energy cost stage 2s aren't the best, because you already have to pretty much just put the energy on them anyway, so it's kind of a waste. It's like a waste of turns. Gallade is kind of the exception just because he does so much damage to people like Giratina, Gyarados, Charizard. Like Infernape is doing less damage than Gallade, and he's hurting him, or he's not hurting himself, he discards all fire energy. So there's no way he's even close to as good. But he will be, I will say this, he will get a lot better with Rare Candy. Because then your major weakness, I think Gallade will still be better. Well, I don't know, but people might stop running as much super energy heavy Pokemon with Rare Candy. So Gallade might lose a lot of damage, and then we'll still have a consistent 140, but we're losing all of our energy, which is... Losing all your energy for 140 damage isn't great. Right, I haven't seen Mewtwo. Let's get Mewtwo. Do I think Mewtwo's better than Gallade? No. I think Mewtwo's like here. I think Mewtwo's gonna get a lot better with Lunala. But this is before that, right? 150 damage is a lot. Can't complain about 150 damage ever, but discarding... It's like the same idea as in front of you, discarding your energy. And Infernape should have been stronger. Stage 2, like, think about this, it's 4 energy, but you're only discarding 2, right? You're discarding 2 here. You'd have less damage, and you're stage 2. You have a little more health, but... Yeah, Infernape should have been a little bit stronger. Blastoise? I think Blastoise is good. I think Blastoise is better than this Charizard. I think he's better than... I think he's up here. This Blastoise is so good. It also is very meta-dependent. This Blastoise does very well against a lot of the meta decks. Need a lot of HP. Yeah, I think Blastoise is good there. Maybe Bibarel is the worst. I just did a video on Bibarel. He was so bad. He's probably a little better than Wigglytuff. He's probably better than Probopass. I think Wigglytuff's probably the worst. 3 energy, 80 damage. So not good. Tinkaton is not good. I thought Tinkaton was going to be way better. I think he's even worse than Lucario. Do I think Infernape or Tinkaton is better? I think this. Who else do we have? Lapras? He's okay. I don't know if he's okay. I think he's pretty bad. Would I rather have Starmie or Lapras? Definitely Starmie. So he's worse. Would I rather have Gengar or Lapras worse? I think him and Arcanine are pretty similar in their struggles here. Yeah, so we'll leave Lapras there. That's a good one. This Pikachu is decent. I think he's B tier here. Quick damage. Still pretty good on a couple decks. Licky. I've also never seen a Licky in my entire time playing. It's because he's so bad. He's like Bibarel. The 4 energy cost is just unbelievably brutal. Who's better between the two? I think Bibarel. The normal types really did not get a good start here. Machamp, I think Machamp is definitely... I think Machamp or Gengar is better. I think Gengar's a little bit better. I think he's better than Lapras though. Machamp isn't very good. I think C tier is good for him. Wugtrio's good. Wugtrio's better than Yamega. He's better than Charizard. I think he's worse than Clodsire. Yeah, I think he's right around there. Glaceon is so bad. Wait, Glaceon might be in running for the worst. Glaceon is bad. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just give Glaceon the lead. I mean, Water. I guess Water would just get another big buff. But doing 10 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon while you're in the active spot is such a bad ability. It's actually unbelievable that they would give that to Glaceon. Palkia, still very good. Definitely better than Dialga. Better than the Omega. This is where things get, like, good, this range. I don't know if Arceus really belongs. I think... Who do I think is better, Wotrio or Palkia? I think Palkia is better than Wotrio. I think Palkia is better than Clodsire. I think Palkia is better than Mewtwo. Do I think Arceus or Palkia? I think Arceus is better than Palkia. Do I think Blastoise is better than Arceus? I actually think I'm going to move this down. I think Arceus is better. I also think Palkia is better than Blastoise. So I think this is what I'm going to have right now. Zapdos is bad. He's not as bad as these guys down here, though. He's probably around here. Is he better than Celebi? No. He's actually pretty bad. Probably worse than Machamp. No, he's better than Machamp. Pachirisu good. I think this Pachirisu and this Pikachu are very similar. I think they're very interchangeable. I actually like the Pachirisu a little bit more, so we'll put him there. This Pikachu's... I think this Pikachu's better than that one. I think he's better than Infernape. I don't think he's better than Venusaur. Would rather have Lucario, Pikachu, or Venusaur. I think I'd definitely have the Venusaur. And Venusaur is not that good. It's pretty far down the list. The thing is that this is very, like, top heavy. Think about these. This is like 4 decks right here. These 4 decks, because, you know, Giratina plus Darkrai is so strong. These 4 decks are super meta. And we have meta-ish. This is like the meta-ish line right here. Meta-ish. The rest of them. Moltres is part of the Charizard deck, but I put Moltres here because it's not like Darkrai, Giratina, where you can kind of replace Moltres. You just a little bit of energy acceleration. Darkrai really makes the Giratina deck because you just, you know, you do chip damage. Mew's so bad. Mew had a lot of potential, but 130 HP is a big weakness. You really need... It's because of Giratina. That's the big... If you're a basic with 130 HP, you're gonna have a lot of problems. If Giratina didn't exist, 130 HP Pokemon would be a lot better because they could cape and not get one shot by Giratina, but... Like, I think Mew is a little bit better than... It might be better than Star. Do I think Mew or Celebi is better? I think Celebi is better than Mew. Mismagius I have never even played against. 70 damage? I actually don't think this is terrible. But also I've literally never played it. I don't think I've pulled any. But it looks... I actually think this looks decent. Would I rather have Mismagius or Celebi deck? Honestly, I don't know if this is crazy. I'm gonna leave Mismagius there. That might be crazy. You were so bad, Cresselia. Pretty much made like Darkrai, but like a way worse version. How did they think doing 20 damage with energy attachment is anywhere close to equal healing 20 damage? I think it would have to be like 40, maybe 50 damage. I don't even know if... I think if Cresselia was heal 50 per energy, I think Darkrai would still be better. 20 is just... I don't know why. I mean, I understand why they chose it to match the Darkrai number, but... It's really just not close, right? Cresselia's in the running for worst Pokemon. Rather have Cresselia or Glaceon. I guess Cresselia. Probopass, yeah. I'll put him before these normal type guys. The normal type, 4 energy cost, 100 damage Pokemon. This is ridiculous. 4 energy for 100 damage. Like, even Gyarados. Gyarados is pretty old. He's a 4 energy attacker and he does 140 damage. And here, you know, we don't get our any additional, and for Licky we literally have to just flip with 100 damage. Pretty ridiculous. Pidgeot's pretty bad too. He might be with his normal type friends over here. Stage 2, he's even stage 2. He's doing 80 damage. So bad. Marowak's a little bit better. Well, we kind of save these bad Pokemon for the end. Yeah, it's like, when we rated all the meta people now, it's like, okay, who's the best of the worst here? I think Marowak is better than Licky. I think Marowak might be the top of this tier. Weevil's pretty good. Definitely not meta anymore. I think Weevil's probably better than Yamega. I think Dialga's definitely better than Yamega. I don't know why I had that backwards. Honestly, I might switch this. I think Moltres is A. I was thinking about it. I mean, like I said, he's replaceable, but he's strong. He gets Charizard going. Garchomp is pretty bad. The linear attack is decent. Would I rather have this Pikachu? Definitely. I think right there is probably good. And Garchomp could be good with the Cynthia card and stuff. He does a lot of damage. I think that's a good spot for him. Aerodactyl is decent, actually. He has pretty good utility with his ability. I think Aerodactyl's better than Garchomp? No. I think Garchomp's better. Let's move this Pikachu down once we have space. Pikachu, sorry. Well, I guess we gotta move Pachirisu too. I don't want to mess up the rows. We're gonna say Pachirisu is a little better. Pachirisu does 10 more damage. He's a little better. Has an easier condition. Actually, now I think about that, actually, it's true. Pachirisu definitely is better. Let's do a little review. Do I feel confident? Giratina, I feel confident with Giratina at 1. Beedrill at 2. Well, actually, I think Beedrill seems better because Meowscarada is so strong. Just based on the EX, I think the strongest EX is actually might be Charizard. What about this? I like this. 200 damage is so strong. There's some element of the deck too, obviously. Because if there's no element of deck at all, I think Giratina would still be 1, even in a vacuum. Yeah, obviously deck's part of this, so... I feel good with this. Giratina, Charizard, Gyarados, Beedrill, Darkrai. A tier, Gallade, Arceus, Palkia. Here's kind of the line, right? So this is like the 7 meta decks, or yeah, 7 because this is 1. Here are kind of the 7 meta decks. Here's kind of like the off meta, but still good. Blastoise is really good, still Mewtwo's really good, still Clodsire is really good, Trio's good, the other Charizard's are really good, Weavile's good. This is kind of the order I consider the decks too. This is good. Dialga, it's Dialga plus Arceus usually, pretty good. Moltres is good, Moltres is really good with this Charizard. Yeah, Mega's decent, not horrible by any means. Leafeon's decent, Executor's decent, Lucario decent, Venusaur decent, Pikachu decent, Garchomp decent, Aerodactyl. This is where it starts kind of falling off, right? Actually, I don't know, maybe here. These are significantly worse than these. I think there's like this block. Pikachu, Articuno, Magus, I'm so sad Celebi fell off. I used to play Celebi all the time. Mew, Starmie, Gengar, Zapdos, Machamp. Yeah, I like this. Alright guys, this is a good ranking before we get our new packs tomorrow. Or tomorrow night, I should say, like Wednesday. Yeah, tomorrow night at midnight. But I wanted to get this video out before that actually happened. So we kind of know where we're standing, and we can look back. I think it'll be interesting to make another video once the new packs kind of settle and see how things are moved around. But thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and comment down below if you agree, or if you think some of these are just crazy. I think this is pretty agreeable as a tier list. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.